You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Today in Davos, Donald Trump gave his speech, and this idiot actually said this.
My administration has also made historic investments in historically black colleges and universities. I saved HBCUs. We saved them. They were going out, and we saved them.
You looking at me? Mm-mm. Why? We know he lied.
I ain't looking at you.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't put the camera on me. Put it on Malik's ass.
I'm looking away from the camera. I refuse.
No, hold on. Just in case y'all didn't hear that clearly, let me go ahead and go back to my iPad, please.
Oh.
Have already seen their home values rise by more than $22 billion. My administration has also made historic investments in historically black colleges and universities. I saved HBCUs. We saved them. They were going out, and we saved them. We're removing roadblocks to success and rewarding businesses have already seen their home values rise.
So, no, Mr. President, you did not save HBCUs. I get your point. And I know that sometimes there's an awkwardness when you're talking about things that you've done for the black community, but the manner in which you chose to do so right there kind of invites the criticism. There's a lot that you can say about the record funding that you've gotten for HBCUs or the Pell Grants or schools like Spelman or North Carolina A&T and other schools who got grants that are for their STEM programs. I mean, there's a lot that you can say.
Hold on, Pell Grants and those grants are two different things.
I'm sorry, not Pell Grants, grants for their STEM programs. So, you know, there are lots of schools, HBCUs, that have actually benefited from that. But you make it a little difficult for those of us out there who support you when you make a very general statement that's really not true, that you saved HBCUs. And I don't know if you actually mean that, or is it that type of awkward? I don't know if he actually meant that
He meant it.
I don't know if he actually really thinks that. I think sometimes that the president...
Did he think?
I think possibly not.
Somebody wrote a speech.
And that he did not. Now, I would be surprised if saving HBCUs was actually part of the speech. We know that our president ad-libs.
Okay, dude, no, that wasn't ad-libbing, HBCUs.
I was on the television.
No, I'm saying, well, that part.
Yeah,
well,
rehearsed his
but I'm saying that saving.
You always know when Donald Trump is reading.
But I'm saving the saving part. I can't imagine, unless he just really pressed it, but I can't imagine Jerron or any of those saying, yes, Mr. President, you saved HBCUs. He's good for ad-libbing, and when he ad-libs, he generally gets himself in trouble.
Kelly,
so
he's good for lying.
I mean, that's really all there is to it. He lied because he did not say HBCUs. You're talking to, what was the World Economic...
He literally said they were going away.
Yep.
That means that Howard and TSU and Spelman, North Carolina A&T and Tennessee State
and
Texas Southern University and Paul Quinn, they were just about to just evaporate.
Yeah.
But the Great White Hope,
he sprinkled some fairy
came
dust
in and said, "I decree that you're saved."
I mean, obviously that's not true. We have 105 HBCUs in the country right now, Bowie State, my alma mater included. Bowie State's not going anywhere. It hasn't even been threatened to go anywhere for quite some time, if ever. Campus is doing better than ever, actually. You know, I can't say that they are in jeopardy of losing anything. If anything, they are, you know, setting themselves up to actually grow exponentially within the next 10 years, even sooner, actually. So I know my HBCU is not going away. Howard University is certainly not going away.
Check this out. You're going to love this one, Kelly. So go to my iPad, AP fact check. Trump's Davos remarks rife with distortion. Rife. What's number one? Black colleges. Black colleges. Now, they say Trump signed a law in December restoring money that lapsed for several months when Congress failed to reauthorize some $255 million in financing on time. The money came back because Senate education leaders reached a compromise on a broader dispute that had entangled financing for black schools. Y'all, $255 million. You said 105.
Yeah.
So does Donald Trump really believe that $255 million, let's just be clear, that he did not, that wasn't even him? I mean, literally, it wasn't him. The House passed it, and Lamar Alexander and the Senate held it up, and then they finally went through. Does he somehow think that 105 HBCUs can exist on $255 million?
Well, let's be fair here. That's the money that Congress actually put up. So it's not like the president actually gave them that number. This is what Congress, which is the House,
No. Let me. Do you need to play the clip again?
We know what he's. Well, let's separate what he said from the actual facts.
No, first of all, I just read the facts. The fact of the matter is this here. Congress was reauthorizing a program that already existed.
Yes.
The House passed it.
Yes.
It went to the Senate.
Yes.
Senator Lamar Alexander did not want to do something that was different. And so, therefore, they did not pass it in time. With negotiation between Senator Lamar Alexander, HBCUs in the state, you had Congresswoman Alma Adams in the House as well. They finally got Senator Lamar Alexander to agree to the funding of this program. But when you stand before all these rich folks in Davos and say, I saved HBCUs, they were going to go away, but I saved them.
Yeah, well, again, we know...
He's lying.
We do know that that's not true. And as
he's lying.
And as I said on your show before, what Senator Alexander was actually doing is exactly part of what they ended up passing anyway with the reforms in the Higher Education Act. So that is part of the reason why it was held up.
We know the reason why it was held up, but he did not save them.
Well...
That's a lie.
But we understand that. But if we can just focus on what...
Does he understand
But if we can focus on what the facts are...
No! We're trying to focus on the facts. Your boy, the guy who you gonna vote again, is a serial liar. Let me go to the next one.
He may be that, but can we talk about what the facts are?
This is a blue-collar boom. Since my election, the net worth of the bottom half of wage earners has increased by plus 47%, 3 times faster than the increase for the top 1%. Y'all, he lying. Mining and logging industry, according to AP, lost 21,000 jobs last year. Manufacturing has only added 9,000 jobs in 6 months, while the economy gained gained more than 1.1 million during that period.
So
now this is what he said. Now, here's what it says. AP, he's right that net worth among the bottom half has risen, but from such a low base that no boom can be claimed. The Federal Reserve says the bottom half has just 1.6% of the nation's wealth, up from 1.1 when Trump took office. That's down from 2.1% in 2006. Y'all, he's trying to talk about, how much it's just increasing the top 1%. Hell, the top 1% got so much damn money. We know what they increased when that damn tax cut helped them out in a huge way.
So they
Let me also go to the next one.
So they went back.
Hold on. I ain't done. For the first time in decades, we're no longer simply concentrating wealth in the hands of a few. We're concentrating and creating the most inclusive economy to ever exist. Flat out lie. Wealth is overwhelmingly concentrated in the hands of a few. The richest 1% of Americans own 32% of the nation's wealth. About the same as early 2017 when Donald Trump was inaugurated. The middle class share, defined by the Fed as those from the exact middle of the wealth distribution up to the top 10%, remain at about 29%, despite the slight gains of the bottom half. The percentage of Americans who own their own homes, a key source of wealth building, has improved modestly under Trump, but remains below the level seen as recently as 2013. And we also know for African Americans, it is the lowest since 1968.
So what?
Trump, quote, "We have the greatest economy we've ever had in the history of our country." And I'm in Europe today because we're bringing a lot of other companies into our country with thousands of jobs, millions of jobs in many cases. Lie. AP, the facts. His persistent depiction of the U.S. economy as the greatest ever is false. As for jobs pouring into the country, investment by foreign companies has slumped under Donald Trump. Foreign countries directly invested $268 billion into the U.S. economy in 2018, a decrease of nearly $220 billion from its record-breaking level in 2016 when Barack Obama was president. Why does he keep lying, Malik?
Well, I'm pretty sure that I didn't actually listen to the speech itself, but I'm pretty sure that he was actually given that data. And some of the things that you mentioned, whether or not So
why does his people keep lying?
So whether or not some of the things that you mentioned, like the up 1.4 or so percentage points, but it's not up from the same level in 2006 or something. This is something that statisticians and people who create talking points use literally all the time.
Oh, no, how about this here? No, Malik, you follow sports?
Yes.
Okay. If I scored 40 points in a game,
that's not how it works in politics, though, Roland.
If I scored 40 points in a game,
yes,
and then the next game I scored 28. I can't say I almost scored 40 points again.
But Roland,
no, facts are facts.
Facts are facts, Roland.
So why does your boy lie?
But we know
why does he lie?
We know that politics.
Why does he lie?
We know that politicians routinely.
No. Why does your guy, who has lied nearly 17,000 times since president, he lies on average 22 times a day? We know. You know, just as everybody on the panel knows, that these type of data points are things that campaigns, organizations. No, we have in modern history, Malik, we have never seen a lie, Kelly. In modern history, we have never seen in modern history, Kelly.
But Roland,
we have never seen a liar. We have never seen a liar like Donald Trump.
But that's not going to change, though,
Roland. But you voted for a liar.
That's not. I voted for liars.
Right, but you vote for the greatest liar we've had in modern history.
Well, I voted locally for liars.
No. So you're going to vote for the greatest presidential liar in modern history.
I voted locally for liars.
No, I'm talking about president.
Whose policies directly affect me, while the greatest liar in modern presidential history.
I ain't say local. I'm talking about president.
Well, it actually matters. Local actually matters.
Yeah, okay.
What
Kelly,
happens in your
bottom line is this man. Kelly, go ahead. Malik, I'm done with you.
You can call him.
Kelly, this man is a massive liar.
This man is a
massive liar.
But I just want to say this: what Donald Trump could have said, and I don't know why they didn't actually have that.
Ain't no what could have said. We discussing what he said.
What Donald Trump could have said is that he actually, because of his signature, that now HBCUs have a permanent funding mechanism. That's actually true. And if anybody would want to check that, that's fine. But that's actually true.
Kelly, go ahead.
So bravo, Donald Trump, on that.
Kelly, go ahead.
So, I'm sorry, I keep laughing. When Malik asked why or how his administration gives him these facts or whatever, and Roland said, well, why is his administration lying to him? This is almost textbook behavior of a narcissist and someone who is legitimately, obviously delusional and is so invested in self and self-image and ego that he can't comprehend anything that is not what he wants it to be. So in order for, frankly, his administration, those closest to him specifically, to still have a job, they have to give him information in such a way that not only feeds his ego, but confirms what he thinks is already true. And as crazy as that sounds, that's what's happening. He did not save HBCUs. That is a lie.
And we all know that.
But
we spent 30 minutes talking about something that we know not true. But we can talk about what he did do, though.
But Malik, here's the deal,
Roland,
the guy you voted for, his administration backs up the lie. We know, Mustafa, that according to the reporting from NBC, senior intel officials do not want to testify in public because they don't want to be asked questions that contradicts the lies of Donald Trump. We literally have intel officials who are saying, damn, we don't want to have to get questioned in public because he lied, and now when I get questioned, I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to get cussed out because his ass lying.
And I
this
had
is
to
an
lie to
administration
him
that
in order
backs
to keep
up
my job.
the lies.
Right.
Go ahead.
I mean, here's the reality. Let's hit on the two things that we've been talking about. One, if you're truly a champion for HBCUs, then you would significantly increase the amount of resources that are needed there.
And he has. Not significantly, but he definitely has increased it over the Obama administration. So you're right.
It's
not enough.
Go ahead.
It's not enough.
Here's the second
It's
thing.
not enough.
I like to ground truth things. And brother, if you'd like to ride with me when I go back home to Appalachia, I will take you across the state. And we can go across a couple state lines. We can go to Kentucky, we can go to West Virginia, we can go to Western Pennsylvania, we can go to Ohio. Mm-hmm. And what you will find is that the people who were in poverty before are in poverty now, and in
Absolutely.
some instances, even in a
worse.
greater.
Yeah.
So if you have an economy that is working for all people, why is it that these folks,
Are
if
in
you
the
have the
worst
greatest
situation.
economy ever, why is it that they're still in this situation?
Because they've always been, though.
But see that you're missing the point. If you say you are the savior of people, and people can vote for whomever they want to.
But we know politicians say that.
But see, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
But it was acceptable when Obama was in office. So these poor people in all of those states,
we just
they
saw
were
the
poor
numbers.
under Obama.
We saw the numbers before that things have gotten worse.
So you're saying they weren't poor under Obama?
Actually, what we're stating is this here.
But were they not poor under Obama?
Since you always talking about wanting to lay the facts out, what we also understand is that under President George W. Bush, you had the biggest financial crisis since the Great Depression.
Yep.
Obama gets elected.
Got us out of it.
Obama gets in. All of a sudden, unemployment goes up for African Americans nearly 17%. Mm-hmm. It's increasing. We were losing on average 500,000 jobs a month.
He stopped that.
He stopped all of that. But then you got Mr. Clueless, who then wants to claim that, oh my God, I've done all these great things. But the fact of the matter is, you actually did not put the things in place to fix the economy. That's one. Two, you look at black folks.
Wait a minute,
One second, I'm not done.
This is Obama's economy.
Excuse me. Black folks losing 53% of all wealth. And that is because of the home foreclosure crisis that took place under President George W. Bush. So the point I'm making is this here. When somebody claims that they've done all these different things, you have to look at what was the condition of the country when Obama walks in. What was the condition of the country in those 8 years? And then what is the condition of the country when it's left? If I say, Melik, you can stay at my house, and I left your ass a clean house. Just because you wiped the counter down one time don't mean that you can then claim that you cleaned the house. Mm-hmm. All you did was wipe down one damn counter. That's what you're dealing with. But again, what you have is Donald Trump, somebody who will knowingly and easily lie. And then when called on it, they will defend the lie as opposed to just don't put the lie in. They could have easily averted the lie by just stating what you've actually done. But
1.1 versus 1.7
but we know this here. But we know this here.
Roland, you know
no. When you say,
but you know how it works, Roland.
They were going away.
Well, and I criticized them for that.
So again, bottom line is he lying.
For that.
Hey y'all, want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.